Well, hello and welcome back to Footsteps in Tyre Tracks. A little while ago, I don't know if you remember, I did a video on the Lamtto sat-nav unit or Apple CarPlay unit for the Royal Enfield Himalayan I got here. Quite a good unit. I was really impressed and liked it so much. Spoke to Lamtto and they've asked me to review this, which is a smart screen for a car. It's a similar idea. Absolutely the same. Gives you Apple CarPlay or Android Auto for an older car, van, lorry, anything you want really. I suppose you could even have it on a boat. We're Mark and V, and this is our adventures. It don't matter what vehicle you're having it on, just don't get it wet because it's not IP67. Anyway, let's open the box, have a look and see what it's got. And then we'll test it out and see how good it is. So here we are. This is the Lamtto smart screen. It says it's got 4 ways of sounds, built-in speaker, auxiliary, FM and a Bluetooth speaker. It's got GPS navigation, voice control to support Siri and Google Assistant. The touchscreen has got a resolution of 1600 by 600. And it's HD capacitive touchscreen. If you want to get hold of them, this one has got an email address of dc@umail.com. That's YOOO mail.com. So nothing else on it, so let's have a look inside. And you're seeing it the first time along with me. Pack it here, see what we got in the box. So the first one we got obviously is the screen. Just open it up. And there's the screen. I'm just going to show the screen. It's got a sticky base to it. It's got a camera built into it. So that's the forward facing camera. Adjustable attachment there, which I would imagine you can remove. USB-C, AVN, it's the SD card, and that's auxiliary out. So it's quite simple. They've let it up A so you know what the screen is. Most important, please turn on your phone wireless LAN and Bluetooth when first pair. English isn't brilliant on this, but we get the idea. The car charger has a built-in FM transmitter. Please have to use the car charger in package. Okay. Do not put the car charger close to the car dashboard to avoid interference. Please choose a blank radio channel to use the FM function. So obviously don't tune it into Radio 1 or Radio 2's frequency, or if you're in a different country, your local popular stations. To use Android Auto, the Google phone needs to have Android 8 or above. For Android phones from other brand, the system needs to be Android 11 or above. Okay, so it looks like unless you've got a Google Pixel phone, you need to have Android 11. Please turn off FM before you leave the vehicle to avoid the interference and noise when next driving. Okay. They've obviously got a Facebook page and a YouTube install video, but we'll go through that ourselves and show you how to do it. So that's the screen, and it's quite soft as well, so that would mold to a lot of tops. Right, let's see what else we've got in here. So we have more information on the Facebook and YouTube. That's the same thing as on the sticker. And your 100% satisfaction warranty. That tells you how to connect it to CarPlay and Android Auto. I've only got an Apple phone at the moment, so we can only show you on Apple CarPlay, but I'm sure it'd be very simple for Android Auto. Let's have a look and see what we've got. We're not going to permanently wire this in, so we'll use a cigarette lighter. And there you can see that's your charger. You've got a USB port in the back. and it's USB-C, and I would presume that's got the FM transmitter built into it as well. So that's that. Oh, that's quite good. This is a windscreen mount, so we can adjust that. Let's have a look. So yeah, lots of different. So you could have that in your windscreen, you know, and move it in and out a bit, and then obviously that last bit adjusts as well. So there you are. You know, it's quite flexible. That looks quite good, doesn't it? So we got that. We got hardwire kit here by the looks of it. No, that's a rear camera. Don't know what I'm talking about, do I? So that's the rear camera, and that needs to be wired in properly. So we won't be trying that out, but that's going to work the same as any rear view camera. It'd be a permanent feed, but unless you have it wired into the positive of your reversing lights, so it only gets power when you go into reverse, which is easy to do. So if you wanted to do that, just take a feed from just take a tap from your positive going to your reversing lights, and then when you go into reverse, your lights come on and your camera will come on as well. Really quite easy and simple to do, that is. And if anybody would like to see how to do that, I can do that at a later stage. But for the temporary fixing, we won't be doing that. And we have some more sticky pads. These are little cable clips. Just show you there. That's a little cable clip. We've got 3 of them. Got a spare dash. I'm stuck to it. A spare dash sticky clip. A tool for prizing your plastics, which is nice to see. Your auxiliary cable, mini jack to mini jack. And there's another cable clip there. So they thought about it, and we also have a little manual here, which we'll have a flick through. So you can see there, CarPlay smart screen. It tells you how to do things, how to install it, and let's see how much is in English, so you get an idea of how much is involved. There you are. Not very much at all, is it? Well, obviously, we're not going to do a permanent install, so what we'll need is that one, and we'll need this one here, and we'll need a phone. So what we'll do is we'll get everything together, we'll go into the car, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so here we are, we have it in the car, and literally I'm just going to plug it into the cigarette lighter. A 12-volt accessory port, whichever you want to call it. You can see the power's come on that, and just take off the protective screen. And that booted up very quickly, doesn't it? So the TFT screen is loading. And I think that looks quite okay, actually. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll have a click through and see what everything does. Play with it blind. So the first thing, obviously home, is the home button. That button there is brightness, so we're on auto, or we can go and slide it up and down. So auto, it's quite a bright day, so I think that's acceptable. Volume, literally touch the screen. It's really quite sensitive as well, I like that. And the last one, and that shows the picture we're seeing. Now, that's not too bad. The camera's over here. Obviously we've got a little bit of the if you have it mounted to the windscreen like we've got it, you can have a little bit of the bracket showing, but I'm sure you could change that, and that's in 4K Ultra HD. Now if I touch that, yeah, we have all settings there as well, so we can lock a video, taking a photo, turn the microphone on and off, and there's a record button, so if we're stopping the recording and starting the recording, date and time up there. Obviously it's not got the right time at the moment, but let's go back home. So that's what the controls do. Then as we come across, we've got CarPlay, Android Auto, AirPlay, Android Cast, Bluetooth music, audio output if you're using the output auxiliary cable to your device, playback, so that would be the video that we've just recorded. So if I was to go in and press play now, we've got one there, so you can see there, you should see my hand move through it, I'd imagine. Yeah, I don't know if that's playing or not. Okay, it's a photo. What am I saying? You can't play a photo, can you? If we go to videos, there's a video. And there you can see. Sounds not very good on this, but I wouldn't expect it to be anyway. Tap it again, you go back to the main screen, hit the back arrow again, and you're back at the main screen. And the last thing we got here is settings, which is always the important thing. So let's go into settings. So we have a screensaver, we've got general, camera and system. So we've got screensaver. So we got screensaver comes on after 10 seconds. Let's see if it does. So we'll wait for 10 seconds. Like to entertain yourselves, and it just, the screensaver is just going blank, so it just blanks the screen out. Whether you'd want that, I don't know. I don't think I would, but you might. Are you right hand or right rudder or left rudder? Well, I think we're right rudder here, so I'm going to change that to right rudder. Split screen mode. So you've got full screen or split screen mode. So I take it split screen mode. If we go back to home, maybe you got to wait till you're in connected. We'll start and record. Let's see what happens when you start recording. No, okay, we'll carry on. So stopping the record again. So we got split screen mode. Got the brightness, auto mode, auto brightness limit. So you could say 80% is the maximum brightness you want to go to. That's quite a good idea. Assistive touch. Assistive touch is turned on. It's quite nice. We turn it off. Ooh, yeah. I'll leave it as it was. Clear connections. Well, we don't want to do that. And service. We don't want to do that at the moment. So we're going to camera. So there we can change the resolution. So we've got 2.5. 1080p or 720p. We'll leave it on the 2.5. Segment duration, so that's how long you record for, whether you want 1 minute, 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Now the search for, I always put it on the longest because it's easier to find something. Collision sensitivity, it's on the middle. Let's put it on the high a minute. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bang a dash. Let's close the door, see if that does it. Okay, so that's not very sensitive, is it? That was high. Let's say low sensitivity, just in case it got it the wrong way round. Maybe I'm going to be out in the screen. Try it one more time. Then my Halo dash cam in the van at the moment, you only got to go over a pothole, a small pothole like that, and it triggers. Let's see what this does now. Come out again, and someone tell me. I'm not thinking, am I? Right. So let him start recording. So we're driving off we are down the road, and we have a bit of a bump. Okay, we'll have a look at and see if we got anything in the photos in a little while. We've got microphone. Turn it on or turn it off. Rear image. Obviously, we've not got the rear camera connected. You can turn it on or turn it off. Reverse line calibration. So when you're reversing, you can decide how you want that to look when you're reversing. That's not a bad idea. That's quite good actually. I like that for such a cheap unit as well. So if we go back, just touch the screen, is it? That's interesting. Oh, I'll tell you what, bit of confirm, I couldn't see that because there's a light. So that's the camera, quite happy with that, that's quite good. Then we go into system, so obviously we've got language, we won't be wanting to change that, there's your English. When you're touching it, it's got a sound, you got on or off. Date and time, well, we're going to change that now. It is, I'm just trying to say, it's 15:11. So, oh, it's obviously the month. No, it can't be. That's the hours. So 15. So not 24-hour clock. 11. But we can change it to 24-hour system if we want, which I think is probably easier. And there we are. We'll confirm that. Storage info. So we can have a look at our SD card. So we got 57. Well, that's obviously a 64 gig card, formatted, and we've got plenty of space there. That's quite good. You know, they cards ain't cheap, so when you think how cheap this system is, that's really good. We got format, we don't want to do that at the moment. Factory reset if we want to change it back to as it was standard. And then firmware version, so I presume we will look into it, see if you can get updated firmware. Anyway, so that's going through the system. Let's go back. Now, I want to connect to Apple CarPlay. So, I would presume I'm going to have to connect to Bluetooth. So, I'm going to just go into my phone. And hopefully you can see that. I'm going to go into Bluetooth and I'm going to look for some new devices. And there's a new device there appeared, T86 Pro. So, I'm going to hope that's the one. Doesn't actually give me anything up there, which you'd hope to see, but we'll pair it. I'm not gonna, well, it don't matter because I'm going to reset this one anyway. And there's a T86 connector. Ah, look at that. Right, and it's playing music off my phone as well, which I'm just going to stop a minute. Right, so you probably heard that. It was playing music off my phone, so I'm going to just go back there. Now that's quite good, isn't it? I'm impressed. I really am impressed. And you know, the camera, it feels like it should be that side because you're looking at the wall. So you can see there, I'm just gonna bring the camera up a bit closer So we've got a bit of shine there, and you can see that, you know, that is responsive. Apple CarPlay, you know, Apple CarPlay is Apple CarPlay. It's not going to be any different, is it? So I'm really quite impressed with that. And how do we get out of it? So slide up and we go that way. And pretty much you're in Apple CarPlay until you're not, by the looks of it. And then that button over there, take your photo, or go to your camera. And if I go home from there, you go back to the main display. So you can cast your phone, you can see they're now connected to the device, to the screen, so you can actually play videos and things on your device. So if I go in here, I'm going to skip that, come up here, and we just need to get a little bit of signal because I'm never off the Wi-Fi. I'm living in Cornwall. It's going to take a little tiny bit of time. He will get there. Says he's not connected now. Right, let's see if we can do that again. So I'm going to try and hold him looking at the screen while I'm doing. So I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. With the sound coming out, was sound coming out. Now that's what you should be seeing. However, it doesn't seem to be working quite as I'd expected. Let me just stop this and come back a minute. You know, we've got sound coming out of it, but it's certainly not showing anything more. Go back to the phone, it works perfectly. As soon as I go to the screen, it's not really not liking it. If I disconnect the Wi-Fi and go back into it, we'll try that just in case. I can balance my phone there so you can see what I'm doing. So there you are, you can see, and that's still not working. So we're out of it there. So I'm going to go back to the AirPlay there. See that connecting, so it's connected. So then I'm going to go into YouTube, tap, as you can see, it just isn't happening. I managed to turn the other stereo on now. Oh, it's all going pear-shaped. Don't work with children and animals, they say. Don't work with balancing things. Now, oh, that's gone on again, isn't it? Alright, turn that one off. That seriously is not working. So go home. And that's definitely not working, no matter what we do. So if I come there, the sound comes out. That's all that's coming out, which is quite sad. So you can see there, you can see the smart screen. AirPlay waiting. I just don't think it's got enough signal. Maybe the Wi-Fi's not good enough. No, it's certainly not happening, is it? I think that's as much as we can do to try it, sadly. But that's not something I think I would want it for, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm just going to cancel out of that. Go back to my phone. Now, if I was going to use this, I would be using it because what I want to do is I want to use it as a smart screen. So I'm just going to disconnect from the Wi-Fi, connect to my own home Wi-Fi, turn the Bluetooth back on, hopefully find that device again, and come down here. I think it was that one there, wasn't it? T86. Nope, it wasn't. So which one was it? It doesn't say that. So I think because I've forgotten it, it's totally forgotten it. System, and what I'm gonna do a factory reset, and then in theory, everything will come back the way we want it. So you can see there, it's still searching for a device. The unit's booting back up. It's got a nice little start screen now, and he's booted up. Factory reset. So if we were to go into CarPlay now, it says turn Bluetooth on and connect to TF86 Pro, which is the one we were looking at, which is that one. So we're going to forget the device, re-find it, pair it, even though it doesn't tell us a number. If you look up there, it doesn't tell us any code or anything like that. So we're going to allow that to see our contacts because we'd be using phone calls and things like that. And that's connected, and there is the Wi-Fi. So what we're going to do now is imagine we're driving and I'm going to call V. So I'm going to say, hey Siri, call V mobile.
Just to confirm, you'd like to call VW Safari mobile.
Cancel.
Okay, I won't do it.
Hey Siri, call Verena Emond mobile.
Calling Verena Emond mobile.
See, it's calling V. That's all.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm recording you, calling you on the little device. What does it sound like?
It's really clear.
It's really clear, isn't it? That's good. It's literally plugged into the cigarette lighter and connected to my phone, and that's all I've done. Hung it in the window. So that's...
Sounds like you're on a normal thing.
Oh, that's really good then. Yeah. You're a little tight. The speaker on it is a little bit bad, but I'd imagine we could somehow put the sound back through into the car stereo through auxiliary port, and it would sound even better. That's really good.
Excellent.
All right. I'll speak to you later on then.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Well, there you go. I'm absolutely impressed with that. That is amazing, isn't it? It does work really, really well. And it's a cheap device, remember. It is a cheap device to upgrade your current system to Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, and that's really why you're using it. The casting to it is just a bonus, I think, and it may work. I reckon it'd be pretty intermittent anyway. Might work better with Android. And if I can get an Android device at a later stage, I will test it with an Android device as well. What's my overall opinion? Yeah, I think it's good. I've used a couple of these now, as you probably are aware, and that was the easiest to connect to with Apple CarPlay. The casting obviously wasn't. I'm sweating here. This car is really hot in here at the moment. So yes, I think it's a great purchase. If you're spending £100, £110, it is a great purchase. If you're going to spend £200-300, I'll be looking elsewhere. Possibly looking at something like we got in the EOS here, the Eonon unit. But it depends what you got. If you ain't got a doubled-in slot, that certainly works, doesn't it? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. And if you have, please give us a thumbs up and maybe even consider subscribing to the channel to see more. I'm hoping, really hoping, and if they're listening to me now, I would like to test their dash cam, because apparently their dash cam is really, really good. Let the sweat pour off me. Yeah, the other day I was Monel's code. So if Lamtto are listening, send us your dash cam. I'd like to test that next. We've got an empty space, look. Empty space there where we're ready to put one. And that would be a really useful thing to do, because a lot of people are looking for dash cams at the moment. I know, because a few people have spoken to me about them. Anyway, hopefully we'll see you in the next video, guys. I'm actually leaving in about 2 hours time to fly to Indonesia. Probably by the time you see this, I'm already there and probably been there for a little while. Anyway, look after yourselves. See you later.